Truman needs to know what's next.
The first one, the high heel. You have to want to know, okay? Do it again.
So quiet up and listen down.
We share a certain history.
I still have a lot of work that needs to be done.
I'm coming for it all.
He's not going to stop.
It's all about
family. I'm done running.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm of course your host, Mega Mike the Movie Man. We have a super fun stream planned for you all tonight. We are celebrating films in 2023. Yes, the best of the best. We're going to go over our top 5 favorites tonight, me and my panelists. We'll also have a round of honorable mentions at the end, so you got to stay around through the whole stream to see all those favorite movies of yours. Before I bring out these amazing panel members, let me go ahead and just remind you guys, if you love movies just like us on this panel, you're going to want to mega smash that like and subscribe, and of course leave in the comments in celebration of 2023, and then unlock some thank you videos and giveaways through super chats. If you do a high level super chat tonight, like $20 or more, or a high tier membership, I do have some Blu-rays, maybe a 4K to give away as well. I'll let you know some options out there. And then of course, yeah, just have a fun time chatting those movies. So let's go ahead and get these panel members out here tonight. First place today, we had Rich. How you doing out there, Rich?
How you doing, man? Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
I know. I was, we were talking backstage for a little bit. I'm like, it feels like it's been a while, but not so much, because I see you every week, chatting it up with the 4K Lowdown, Faces for Radio show. Yeah. I'm like, I love that stream. Everybody needs to check that out.
I really appreciate it. That means a lot. Me and Dave, we do a show called By the Numbers, where we review new movies that hit streaming, physical media, and movie theater. 5 movies a week.
And that's why I know you probably have the biggest number tonight. So how about you let the audience know out there, what's your number for new movies you saw in 2023?
I'm just guessing, because I kind of did the math real quick, about 255 2023 movies. Yeah. But that's total streaming, physical media, and movie theater.
That's still impressive. That is a massive number. So
it is a lot.
First place to the stream tonight, first place on movie watching, just first place everything. But that's why I had to have you on this stream. So this is going to be an awesome, fun night.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's keep bringing out these amazing panelists here. Of course, we got to have Ryan. How we doing out there?
Cold. Not as cold as Rich, but cold.
I know. I'm like, I have nothing to complain about. So,
No, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course. So what is your movie number for 2023?
15 movies in 2023 that came out in 2023. Hey, my number is small.
Hey, that's more than most people out there. I mean,
yeah.
Some people are lucky to get to the theaters like once or twice during the year. So, hey, you beat that. So that's still a great number.
Yeah. And I don't stream either. So like I wait until stuff comes out physically. I think the few times I did go to the movie theaters for Marvel movies. So it is what it is.
Oh yeah. My stream count is way down too. Like I only saw a handful of new movies streaming. So I need to get that up this next year too. All right, let's go ahead and bring out, you got to have Dude Who Loves Movies here. I mean, he's the dude. How we doing, dude? Still got the mute on, of course. He's the dude that is muted.
Sorry, I was trying to do a story for the stream, so I was putting music in it, and I wanted to mute it, and I just never came back from it. But I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm ready to talk about some movies. So if I don't see a movie in theaters, a new movie, it takes me a while to see it. So I missed a lot of good movies that like there were like 4 movies on my upcoming list that I wanted to see, really like my year up movies, and I did not even see them yet. So I think I saw maybe 30 movies, new movies.
Hey.
I saw a lot of older movies. I have a theater near my house where every Tuesday it's called Cinematary, where they show an older like horror movie. And so when I go to the theaters, I've been seeing those. So, I was seeing like Child's Play 3 and, Class of 98 or Class of 84, things like that. So there were a lot of good ones that went past me, but I own them and I plan on watching them soon.
Hey, 30 is still a great number, so happy to have you here. So let's go ahead and bring out some more amazing panel members so dude can finish, posting to the stream,
I'm done now.
Okay, there we go. Because as you were saying that, I'm like, I totally forgot to do that. So thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
You're good.
All right, let's go ahead and bring out some, and I have to save for the end some new people to this channel, right? Some channel debuts, at least on this channel here. Of course, we've interacted before plenty of times, and they're amazing panelists. Let's go ahead and bring out Nadia. How are we doing out there, Nadia?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I had to get another person in from California, so that's why you're here today. And of course, I know you're going to represent the horror movies, right?
You bet. I'm all about the horror movies, so nothing that's on your thumbnail is on my list. So it's a little surprise on there.
Hey, I could only fit so many movies onto the thumbnail, but hey, I put some horror titles into the countdown. Hopefully people noticed that. I got a couple in there, so
I like that little intro you did. But just like Cody, if I miss a movie in the theater, it takes me a long time for me to eventually catch it on streaming or rent it or whatever. But for my total, I didn't get Letterboxd until February of last year. So from February on, I had 216 movies on there that I saw. But I'm not counting January. So obviously Megan came out last year, January, I saw that. And I'm going to guesstimate about 240 total.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm pretty close to Rich.
All new movies,
I love that.
240 new ones? That's wild.
Yeah, new and old, because I did
Okay.
I did some binge watching for October.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive numbers out there. Wow, that's
Thanks.
amazing. Let's go ahead and bring out another channel debut here, of course. On my channel, we got to have Jeff. How we doing out there?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Doing good, man. Glad to have you on the channel. Always seeing you in the comments, and I'm like, man, we gotta have John Doe Juggalo. There we go, not Gigolo. I finally got it right on my channel. We got him in here, so glad to have you here. Loving the shirt too, by the way. Got a little Michael Myers on there. That's nice. So, how many movies, Jeff, did you see for 2023?
I watched a total of 372 movies last year, but only 37 of them came out last year.
Okay, so 37 new ones.
I did a lot of back cataloging.
Fair enough, but that's a massive number. I mean, just for movies in general, 307. That's more than days in the year. That's amazing. That is an amazing.
Well, the goal was to do one a day. The goal was to do one a day, and then October kind of took its own little life.
Man, that's awesome. So, wow, this is an amazing panel. I gotta say, with everybody's movie watching here, we're over thousands of movies, just everybody combined. That's wild. So hopefully we know our stuff tonight. It's going to be interesting to see everybody's favorites here. Once again, audience, we're going to go through our 5 rounds of favorites, and then we will have honorable mentions at the end. I see the comments kind of popping off, so let's just run through a little quickly, see who is joining us tonight. Another person who was definitely at the movie theaters a lot, Basement Blues. Good evening, Tony. Let's see, another person that is a good collecting friend here. We got Hux Pulp Culture Cafe. Hey, my friends, looking forward to a fun stream. Excited to see who I match closest to tonight. That will be interesting. Yeah, who's going to match who's tonight? That's going to be awesome. All right. Oh, Ryan, thank you for putting this comment here. Let us know your top 5s for 2023 in the comments. Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, we got Adrian here. Hello, Adrian. My mom's out there in the chat. Hello. Of course, we got to have Caveman movies and more. Please make sure to smash that like button for this amazing panel. Absolutely. We have Dell out there. We got Miss Caveman. We got Wilkie's movies and music. Oh, man, this is an amazing just conversation here in the comments, people. I love it. Ben Grimm is here as well. Just so many people here. Thank you guys for stopping by. We got Metal Music Meltdown. First time I think I'm seeing you in the chat, so welcome to the channel.
Oh, what's up? He's from my channel.
Oh, there we go. Well, thank you for being here. Make sure you click that subscribe and notification bell. Have to plug just a little bit. But who needs a plug when we got Dude doing it for you? Don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button. Absolutely. All right.
Stretch first, though.
Oh, yes. All right, so let's go ahead and get into, now that our introductions are over here, we took care of that. Let's go ahead and get into our 5th favorite 2023 film. And Rich, will you do us the honors?
I have to look at my list
5?
here. I'm gonna go. I know you guys said you guys don't stream a lot. I pulled it up here. This is a Netflix film, which I didn't think was going to be any good. It's a foreign film. It's from Thailand, and it is. I don't know if you can see that in there.
Oh, I'll zoom in on you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's basically, Dave summed it up perfectly. My partner in crime over on the Face of Radio. It's basically, oh man, what's that drumming movie called?
Whiplash.
Whiplash. This is Whiplash, but with cooking. This lady lives in poverty, but she's a great cook, and she wants to learn to be a popular chef, and she gets taken under this guy's wing, and he's a jerk, treats her like trash, and then she outshines him. Fantastic foreign film.
Sounds like a little Hell's Kitchen scenario there.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. It's a fantastic film. I highly recommend this one on Netflix.
Yeah, I haven't even heard of that one, so I'm glad you're shouting it out, Rich. Did anybody else see that one on the panel by chance?
No.
Well,
No, that feels like the knockoff of The Menu. It's just hunger.
No.
Yeah.
But it's not a thriller, right, Rich?
No,
it's
a
drama, like straight up drama.
It's a drama. Yeah. The trailer kind of makes it look like a horror movie, but it's not. It's a straight up drama.
Nice. Awesome choice to start out with. Let's go over to Ryan. What do we got for number 5?
All right, my number 5, I've seen all the big blockbusters this year. My top 5 is more about things that personally kind of affected me, that kind of stuck with me. And my number 5 gave me a really good cry. I thought this movie was really well done. And it's One Way to Get My Florence Pugh into the top 5. And that is a good person.
Look at that.
With Morgan Freeman and Florence Pugh. She's engaged. There's an accident. Things happen. And it's a drug-fueled trip into forgiveness and recovery and all that. And several times I cried during this movie. Yes, I cry. But Samuel L. Jackson, Florence Pugh, fantastic jobs in this movie.
Oh, such a great one. I saw that one on a plane ride, actually. I'm like, I haven't seen this movie yet. Let me check it out. I was blown away by it. I mean, Florence Pugh, like you were saying in there, that's my favorite performance from her. So good. So emotional, too. I didn't expect it to go that much. I mean, but after that, everybody should watch that one. Nobody else will ever be on their phone again while driving if you watch that movie. I'll say that much. But such a powerful movie. Oh, my goodness.
I'm glad you picked that.
They did a really good job dealing with the drug abuse and alcoholism, that they didn't over make it goofy, I guess, in a way. They really kept it how people normally do act when they're alcoholics and druggies and all that. And it's just, I thought it was just really, really well done. So that one stuck with me.
Yeah, very, very real feeling. All the performances there. So good. Yeah, and I'm with you, Ryan. I love a good cry during a movie. So if a movie makes me cry, you're already making my top 5 list, because I do it so rarely. All right, let's go to Dude. What are we thinking, Dude?
So my number 5, I do not have anything to show for it because it's not out on physical yet. It is Thanksgiving. I really enjoyed that movie. I felt like I was, it was 1998, and I was watching the newest slasher coming out that was inspired by Scream. It had those feels, and it hit on all the feels that I wanted. I know some people weren't very happy that it wasn't very house-ish, but I really enjoyed it. I thought the comedy hit, the acting was fine, and it was just overall, I had a fun time. And it really felt like the holiday. It felt like Thanksgiving. It wasn't like, hey, it's called Thanksgiving, and that's about it. It had great atmosphere of Thanksgiving, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah,
That's one of the ones I missed in theaters, and I'm bummed.
Nadia, no, I was gonna be like, Nadia, let me hear your thoughts on that one. Oh, it's so good.
It didn't feel right to watch it after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
It feels like a crime.
I understand.
It's a
Yeah,
nice
I understand that.
It's
Yeah, so
so
I gotta
good.
wait till this year. Or
Yeah.
this year.
Gotta wait till next Thanksgiving to watch it.
Yeah.
I thought it was brutal though. So a caution to anybody out there that's not like a horror fan, that is probably not the movie to start with because I thought it was horrific. It was so bloody and gory. I thought it was like Terrifier 2 level. I'm like, this is like the new. I thought it was pretty bad. I'm like, I
it
was
wasn't that bad.
gagging. I was like,
No,
this is gross. I'm like, oh gosh, I thought it was pretty intense.
It was more like if you guys seen the My Bloody Valentine remake. It kind of it reminded me it would be like a great double feature with that.
I love
There you
that
go.
one.
Yeah, it's
I'm in for a good time then.
Yeah, so I definitely think you'll like it, Nadia. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Heck
Yeah, the new villain slasher, I guess you could say, is like he's like an iconic character type now. You know, it's just so cool looking.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm already forgetting the movie. I need to see it again. It was so good. I just remember it being horrific, but it was great.
That's getting a steelbook, isn't it? I believe from Walmart.
Is it? Oh my goodness,
I
that's
don't know.
my phone then.
I just watched it last week.
How'd you like it, Rick?
I liked it. I thought it was fun. I didn't, again, low expectations going in, had a blast coming out.
All right. Well, Nadia, we know it's not Thanksgiving, so what do you got for number 5?
No. My number 5 is gonna be the last movie I saw in 2023 in theaters, and that's gonna be Godzilla -1.
Another clap. You get another clap.
That I don't know, I was not expecting that movie to slap that hard. It was just like a buff Godzilla, and he was like scary eye. He's got scary eyes. He had a killer roar. It had heart, intensity, scary aspects, but that's a must buy for me. It's not out yet, right? I don't think it is.
No, not yet.
But when it comes out, I do want it. It's just I loved it more than I thought I would. So, and I usually don't gravitate towards foreign films that much, especially in theater, and it's over 2 hours. That was all my my strikes for that. Like I don't like doing on any of that. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And my friends made me go, and I ended up loving it. So now it's in my top 5.
So good. Such a good one. Anybody else see that one?
Yeah, it's fun. It's awesome.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Now it went back. Tohai or whatever it is actually made this. It isn't an American version, right? It's an actual Japanese Godzilla.
Yep, Japanese film.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that makes the difference.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's good. The hype is real.
All right, let's head over to Jeff.
So my number 5 is Knock at the Cabin.
Ooh. Let's zoom in on that. Still,
I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed the Steelbook too. I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was really neat. I thought it fit the film very well. It was a nice M. Night surprise for me. So he hasn't had a good movie in a while, in my opinion, and I wasn't expecting that one to be good, and it was a lot better than I thought it was.
That's another one I missed.
Same here.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
You missed that one? Oh my goodness! You guys could have got the Steelbook for like $9 at one point on Best Buy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
picked
what
it up for I
recommended-
think $9 or $12, and I have not watched it yet. I didn't realize that came out in 2023. I thought it was a 2022 movie.
It was early. It was January. Yeah, January.
Okay.
I think 2023. There was things I liked about the movie. Dave Bautista's performance there. Ooh, when you guys watch it, it's his best performance by far in any movie. It's so good. Oh my goodness.
This movie won me over on Dave Bautista. Like I knew he was good for Guardians, but that was Guardians. That's the only role I had seen him in that I in until this movie, and this movie won me over on Bautista.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, I like the filmmaking aspects. Well-made film in every way. The only problem I had was the ending. So when more people see it, I will have to hear your guys' thoughts on the ending.
I got the ending spoiled for me, so I already know.
I mean, it's an M. Night movie, so they're always
personally, I
controversial.
would say there's not even a way to spoil the ending. That's how I felt. It's not spoilerish at all. That was my problem. I didn't think it was a twist. But yeah. Okay, so all right, on to me, I guess. Number 5, and I don't know if anybody saw this one, but I'm gonna have to go with. Let me just check my list here just to see I'm in the right. Okay, yes, I'm in the right order. Sound of Freedom. Now I don't have the Blu-ray yet, but it is out on Blu-ray. I don't know if anybody saw this one, but you talk about an emotional roller coaster here that definitely got me teary-eyed. I was crying by the end. The credits, oh my god, even the credits are emotional. That's how powerful this movie is. It was waterworks the whole time. And I will caution people on it though, because of the subject matter. Very, very tough movie to watch. And did anybody else see that here?
I
Did emotional, right? Just,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
I know some people have issues with the movie, and I get it, but it's the subject matter that needs to be talked about. And oh man, they hit you in the gut.
Yeah, and that's how I felt about it. Like when it came out, I'm like, this is something that needs to be said, but I thought they did it in probably the best way they could. And even though it's a low budget film, it didn't feel as low budget as I was expecting. Like I thought it was a well-made film, all the camera work, the acting performances, like people were giving it their all. And it was, and they had a lot in the movie too. Like it wasn't all just sad drama the whole time. Yeah, there's a sad drama throughout it, but there's some action moments in there. Like there's some thrilling moments. Like, you know, you're rooting for the heroes. Like, and then the ending is like, it pays off throughout the whole movie, I guess you could say. So it kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time in kind of like a horrific way. Like, oh my gosh, like this stuff actually happens. Glad a light's being shined on it. And I know some people had some issues with it being like how the box office went, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, they were asking for donations and whatnot. But to me, I did not have a problem with that at all because I'm like, hey, however you sell tickets, that counts for box office. I don't care if somebody comes in with $1 billion and buys all the tickets. That is box office. If somebody cares about the movie that much to spend hard-earned money towards the box office on it, then to me that counts. So I just, to me,
I had people locally that were buying whole showings for people just to come and see it for free.
Yeah, that's.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll say I didn't see it, and I kind of know what it's about, but I saw that I know a lot of people weren't very happy that the producer of the movie got caught for what the movie is about.
No.
Like he got busted for that. So
Yeah,
I know that
kind
kind
factor.
yeah, it's like what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, this definitely we're checking out.
Yeah. I mean, I kept hearing about it. It wasn't at my local theater. So I'm like, oh, dude, I want to drive a little bit farther to see it. But I'm like, this little movie that I heard nothing about, people are buzzing about. I got to check it out. And then when I checked it out, I'm just like, psh. Yeah, once again, if you make me cry during a movie, you have to make the list. It's as simple as that.
Is it streaming anywhere?
You can rent it like on Vudu, Amazon Prime, and stuff like that.
And it's a fairly cheap Blu-ray. I think it's under $15 now, if I remember. So,
but it's worth a buy then.
I don't know. Like, it's worth the one-time watch for sure. And even though it's on my top 5 of the year, I'm like, how many times would I rewatch it though? Because of the subject matter. But it's so well done, I would want to go back and watch it. So, I don't know. I have to own it at some point though, because I put it in my top 5. But
Cody, did you see it too?
Yeah, how did that happen?
So,
There's like a thumbs up.
So the software on my computer now, I guess, with downloading, you know, Apple and all that stuff. Apparently, it does that now. It's weird. I don't know why. Like,
I thought I was tripping. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
I don't know. It does thumbs up now, so now I got to remember not to do thumbs up unless I want that to pop up on my screen.
Sometimes it'll do fireworks too.
Really?
So
I haven't got the fireworks yet.
You got it.
I have fireworks. Make it happen.
Yeah, like I was so confused. I thought it was your background at first. I was like, wait, that wasn't there the whole time. And then it like was moving around and then it disappeared.
Yeah,
I looked around. Like, did anybody else
I
see
haven't
it?
even looked into it.
I thought it had something to do with the not Patreon or the subscription service or something like that. One of your Patreons had done something. I was like, oh, that's cool. I've never seen that before.
That's funny.
But yeah,
Mike's a
There you
magician. Make thumbs up just appear floating around.
Magic
his head.
Mike. There we go. Magic
Yeah,
Mike.
what else does your
Media guy.
software do?
I know, really.
All right, so there we go. That was our number 5 on everybody's list. Let's jump back into the comments real quick, just because we're making good pace. Want to see if anybody else joined in here. Of course, we got Tiana Loves Movies. Got a shout out here for sure. Let's see, anybody else pop in? Let's see, we got Sarah in here. Hello, Sarah. Let's see. I think. Oh, the Forces or the Faces of Radio. There we go. 4K lowdown out there. I'm sure Godzilla's getting a steelbook too. Great pick. Oh yeah, I can't wait to own that in the collection.
It's gonna look nice.
Saying my number 5 is The Creator. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one. That one dropped the ball at the end for me, but it was really cool throughout, so it's definitely worth a watch. Let's see. Oh, and we got Johnny. What's Johnny watching? What's up, cool kids?
What's up, Johnny?
All right, so we are now getting into our 4th favorite 2023 film. So, Rich, you ready for number 4?
Yeah, this one's not out. It's still in theaters, and it's another one that took me by surprise. Jeffrey Wright stars in this, and that is American Fiction.
Nice.
It's kind of hard to see that, but this movie was so funny. I always appreciated Jeffrey Wright. That's his name, right? Jeffrey Wright. But man, he brings it to the next level in this movie. And Sterling K. Brown, I always forget his name. The guy from This Is Us on NBC. He's fantastic. This just has a great cast. It's funny, deals with some racial issues, but in a funny manner. Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I have not yet seen that one. It's not even at a local theater for me. I would have to drive 45 minutes. But Rich, it's your number 4. You might have just convinced me to make the drive. So
it's funny.
I think it's award contender, right?
Yeah.
Something. Okay.
I hope Jeffrey Wright gets a nomination or something because he deserves it.
What's it called? Stranger Than Fiction?
Oh, American Fiction.
American Fiction. Okay.
American Fiction, yeah.
Okay.
But is it a straight up comedy, Rich?
It's a
or is it
comedy.
like dramedy, like drama
it's a
in there?
comedy with drama.
Okay.
It's both, I would say.
Yeah, the trailer looked interesting. Like
Mhm.
definitely a lot of social commentary and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to check it out.
It's good.
That was funny, dude. Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah.
I'm like that's a good movie.
That is a
too. I
movie,
like
though, isn't
one.
it? That is a
was pretty
movie.
good.
Yeah.
Not Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
That's a good one as well.
I know Pulp Fiction.
a fiction marathon. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, what's your number 4?
All right. This movie I just watched Saturday. It was on my list forever to watch. It's a 3-hour-long movie, so I kind of kept putting it off. It's got one of my favorite working actors, Joaquin Phoenix, in it. And this movie was effing weird. I love stuff about mental illness. And this movie was just crazy weird. I totally forgot that Ari Aster directed this, but Beau is Afraid. I like it. Felt like a weird experimental drug trip movie to me, and it really stuck with me. And Joaquin's performance in this was crazy, and you get a gigantic dick monster in it in the end, and it's pretty cool.
You
Beau's
just started
Afraid.
it, Ryan. There you go. You just got 5 people to go watch it.
There is. I wonder if there's a picture of the monster in here. No, but this movie it's beautifully shot. It's got just a weird pace to it, which Ari's kind of known for a little bit. I mean, he's only done 3 movies, but it's just a crazy weird movie, and I really, 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 really liked it.
Man, I've heard so many divisive things about that one. It's either you love it or you really, really hate it. I'm like, I don't
And I
know.
Completely get that. I was on the good side of it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, do I really want to take a chance on this one? Because it was at my theater. I'm like, I could have seen it, but I'm like, do I want to take a chance on a 3-hour plus movie? That's where it killed me. I'm like, if it was 2 hours, I'd give it a chance, but 3 hours, I'm like, ugh.
I think it's 2:58. It's almost right at 3 hours.
Did any of you guys see it? Other panel members?
I can't do 3 hours.
I didn't like it.
Rich, the dick monster didn't work for you, or what?
No, the whole movie didn't work for me, man. It was just too long. Well, I appreciate Joaquin's performance in it. He's fantastic. He can do no wrong in my book, but the movie itself, yeah, not for me.
Bring back 90-minute movies.
Oh yes,
That's literally my bio on my letterbox.
I guess I'm on the wrong side of the coin because I think few people are. Rich and Tony both didn't like it. I liked it. It was just a very interesting take. I have not seen Hereditary. I've seen the other Florence Pugh, Midsommar. I really enjoyed Midsommar. I just like weird, crazy, effed up movies, I guess.
That definitely sums up Midsommar.
Yes. See, I haven't even seen Midsommar yet. I'm like, Hereditary was as much crazy as I can go, and once I hear things go past that level, I'm like, I'm out. All right,
Gabe Man nailed it. You really got to deal with a lot of old man balls. That is true.
Yeah, there's a lot of old man balls in that movie.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, dude, I don't know how you're gonna follow that up.
Well, so this is a movie that came out in January. A lot of people forget that it came out this year, but it's going to be Megan.
Megan.
I really enjoyed
it on you real quick, dude. We got to see those. You're double packing right there.
Double dipped.
What? Oh, I was like, I thought it was the shine, but it was my J card. But yeah,
nice.
Of course they released the Blu-ray and then the 4K Steelbook.
Did you get the Blu-ray as well?
I did because I got it before. Because I really liked the movie, so right when it came out, I bought this, and then it came out with this Steelbook 4K. I was like, I don't really need it, and then I saw it, and I was like, okay, I need to get that. So I got it. But I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fun. It's a great gateway horror movie for anybody who maybe wants to dip their toes in horror. Maybe they're young and they want to get into it. Like when I saw it, there's a lot of like younger people. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I about to see? Like there's a lot of kids going into this, but everyone was quiet. Everyone loved it. And it was actually like they really pushed the PG-13 of what they have of PG-13 nowadays. So I really enjoyed it. I'm excited about the sequel. I've heard rumors of what it's about and it sounds pretty cool. So we'll see.
Did you watch the rated R version that they made?
I have not yet.
No, I
have you? Okay, no. I've heard it's like 30 seconds longer.
Yeah.
Like it's like 30 seconds longer and it's like a couple of curse words here and there. Yeah.
It's like one splash of blood. There you go.
Yeah, but
They
what?
show a little
crazy.
bit more during the water pressure scene.
Do they? Okay, that's what I figured they would put it there because that and when they're in the elevator, because I remember certain shots of the trailer that was cut out of the movie. I was like, oh, okay, that's probably where they added it in. But I was very upset when they cut it down to PG-13. I was like, I don't even want to see this movie anymore. But then I ended up really liking it and enjoying it. The way they promoted it was great. And yeah, and even like I went to a horror convention and the main people there it was the cast of Terrifier 2 was there. So I thought I was gonna see Art the Clown everywhere, but the girl who played Megan was there, and you just saw a bunch of people, like a sea of people just dressed as Megan. Like all these little girls were so excited to meet her. It was really cool. I think this movie, if like it or hate it, this is going to do great for the horror community in itself. It's going to create a lot of more horror fans and even get like more females into horror, in guys everywhere. But I think it's a great movie. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out.
I want to see you stand in line dressed up as Megan waiting for an autograph.
Yeah, I'm a huge Chucky fan. So seeing like another killer doll, I got so excited to see this.
Mm-hmm. Did you like it?
I did. We don't know if it made my top 5 though.
But yeah. But yeah, so Chucky's my favorite. So I'm very judgmental when it comes to doll movies, and I approve this movie. And so did Chucky. Chucky approved it too.
It's Chucky's girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's cheating on Tiffany.
Cheating on
Oh
Tiffany.
gosh. It's the dance moves. That's what it's all about,
Mm-hmm.
I
Did
think that's why
everybody
that
else-
movie got famous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that TikTok that went off. You know.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's crazy 'cause when you meet her, she'll do it in person, and like she does the flip and everything. She's like this 12-year-old girl who does all her own stunts in the movie. That's unheard of. Like people talk about, oh, Tom Cruise did this and that. It's like, well, Tom Cruise, like he can do all that stuff, but like this girl's 12 years old, and they're putting like all this pressure on this girl, and it's crazy to see that she was able to do it. So it was fun to see that it was all in house like that.
Who else on the panel saw that one? Rich, what'd you think of it? You're staying quiet over there. I gotta hear your
dude,
thoughts.
he said it perfectly. It's a great gateway to horror. It's a fantastic fun movie.
Wow. I think I'm the only one on the outs on this one. I gave it a thumbs down in my my out of theater reaction.
Mike.
I did. I had to. I'm like, this is literally like the new Child's Play movie. It's the exact same thing, with the AI and all of that. I'm like, I don't get it. But
I much prefer this one over the remake of Child's Play.
Same here.
I agree.
all right. Well, on that note, let's go to Nadia.
All right, my number 4 might ruffle some feathers because this was not well received when it came out. And my number 4 is going to be The Pope's Exorcist. And I don't know, I feel like that was an exorcism movie. It was awesome. The makeup effects were out of this world. The eyes, the way they did the eyes, how they flip back and like get all veiny and bloody was awesome. The demon was kick-ass, the bones crunching, and they were like climbing on the walls. It just overdid any other Exorcist movie times 10. Like, I don't know. I liked it. I don't care what people say.
Hey, Nadia, I'm with you on that. And I will even give a super hot take here. I like it better than The Exorcist. I saw The Exorcist for the first time like a month ago. I'm like,
There you
I
go.
don't get what the hype is about this one. I thought The Pope's Exorcist was better than this. So
Thank you. I agree.
I was surprised. I had a better time with it. I'm like, this is probably going to be hot garbage, but let's go and see it. I was the only one in the theater. And I'm like, hey, this was pretty good. Way better than I expected. So, yeah, it's fun for an Exorcist movie, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't find it boring at all. And The
Oh, yeah.
Exorcist, I do.
Yep, I agree. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, got another supporter.
Rich, did you end up seeing that one?
I did see it. We watched it by the numbers, and it was decent. I didn't have any issues with it. It was a fun watch. Russell Crowe was good in it. I like this better than the new Exorcist movie.
Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Believer. I don't believe anymore in that franchise. I'm out.
And she described the Exorcist, the actual demons, way better. The possession was way better in Pope's Exorcist than it was The Believer.
The opening was really good too. Like right from the opening, you're already into it. So yeah,
I like when they start like that because it automatically, I don't like zone out or something. I'm already in. I'm hooked.
I'm like, yeah, like get me in right away. Whereas like the regular The Exorcist, it's like, okay, when does the exorcism happen? I'm like 2/3 through the movie. I'm like, when does it start?
Yeah, you start off in a different country.
All right. Let's go to Jeff, number 4.
So my number 4 was Talk to Me. I really enjoyed this one. I watched it with my 15-year-old. It was one of our first horror movies we went and seen together. We both really enjoyed it. And it was probably my favorite from the year, I think, in terms of new horror movies.
What did everybody else think of that one? You guys big Talk to Me fans?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
Yeah, it was all right.
See, I'm on that level too. I'm like, everybody loves it. And I'm like, I don't love it. Not bad.
Y'all keep showing all these horror titles. I don't do horror, man.
See, that's why I had to bring you on though, Ryan, because I needed something else, I know the bottom row, we got like big horror fans.
I think it was just well received because of how different it was. It's not a Ouija board. It's just a hand. You hold it, you're possessed for like a minute.
I have this weird thing with A24 where I have to see it like really quick before it comes out, or else it gets overhyped for me. And then when I see it,
Mhm.
I'm just like, oh, that was it. So
Yeah.
that, you know, like it happens to me all the time. So unfortunately, I saw this one sooner than I did a lot of the other ones, but I didn't see it as soon as I should have. So I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Yep.
But I
seemed
did
like a cool concept. It
Yeah.
seemed like a really cool concept.
Well, and
Something,
it's
something new and refreshing.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's, if you actually put yourself in that position, like
That's
how
what
would like it's like I would do the same thing. I would like say, you know, say I did that and I saw somebody who passed away that I loved, and I was like, oh my god, I want to see that again. And you're addicted to it because you want to keep seeing this person, but you don't know if it's really that person or if it's, you know, some kind of like evil thing. But in your mind, that's like your mom, your dad, or your brother, your sister. So it just really hits you. Like you're like, you know, even just to see him for a second, I want to see him for a second, because that's everybody's wish. If you lose a loved one, you want to see him again. And you know, sometimes you'll pay the, you know, no matter the price.
You said something that's kind of triggered in my mind. So you think maybe the A24 tag to it makes the movie better to people? I'm just curious. Is that?
I think so. I think it carries some weight. A24.
So yeah, so you know what's crazy is when I went to go see Evil Dead Rise, and they showed the trailer for this, and I missed the A24 at the beginning. So I just thought it was just a I thought it was going to be like one of those like countdown, like, you know, one of those Truth or Dare, or you know, like I was like, oh my gosh, this looks terrible. And then people were like a couple months later, before it was coming out, people were just getting excited for it. I was like, I don't understand why people are excited. And then they said it was A24, and I was like, that's a weird movie for A24 to be doing. And then everybody started loving it. And then I was like, okay, I will go see it. Like if there's a movie I don't want to see that everybody really likes, that makes me more interested. But if there's a movie that, you know, that looks good that everybody hates, I'll still go see it. So I was like, okay, you know, this will go further on my list to go see. And I ended up watching it with a friend, and you know, like again, I liked it, but I didn't love it like everybody else did.
Yeah, it's a cool premise. I would love to see where they go to next. Like they could really get into the origin of the hand and all of that. Like that might be cool. So we'll see what happens. All right. Dell was saying all this talk to me slander is hurting my ears. Guessing Dell's a fan right there. I'm telling you, everybody loved it that I knew of.
Well,
like, it's pretty good. You know?
So that, and people would warn me, they'll go, okay, there's a scene that's really gory. And in my mind, I was like, okay,
was it really? I don't even remember much goriness to that movie.
They were talking about a scene with an eyeball.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, I thought the most horrific scene was when they had the what is it, the animal that was dead on the, or not dead but dying on the road, and they didn't. I was like, oh my god, like that was the worst part for me, was seeing the the kangaroo. I was like, dude, this is too much.
I was really trying to figure out what country they were from, and then I saw the kangaroo. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
that was the giveaway.
Yeah, to me, that was the most horrific part, was the damn kangaroo dying on the side of the road.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, much more horrific.
No animals die in that movie, though. There's an awesome scene with an animal, but there's no animal scene. No animal cruelty or death in Thanksgiving, but it's a cool. Nadia, you're gonna like the scene with the animal.
Yay!
All right. So I guess that means we're on to me here for number 4. And this is why I wasn't talking much about it. When Nadia brought it up, I'm going to have to go Godzilla -1 as well. Amazing movie.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm not a foreign language film kind of person. Like usually I can't get into those movies. They usually bore me. I fall asleep. I just don't connect with the characters at all. This movie was different. I was connecting with the characters right away. So many emotions came across. And not only that, not only did they have the great drama and the background story and all of that, the human characters, they also had an amazing Godzilla. Godzilla looks so cool in this movie. This is the best I've ever seen Godzilla. And then finding out the budget for this movie, they're saying, what, $15 million to make this movie? I'm like, no way. No way. This feels like $100 million movie.
Like 15?
15, yeah. One.
Wow.
That's what they said.
Wow.
I don't know if that's, they try to hide some numbers there, but I'm like 15 for this kind of movie, because when it gets to the action epic scenes, it's out of this world. It feels so lifelike. It's outrageous. It's amazing. But then you have the human characters and the emotion, which the Americanized Godzilla movies usually lack the human characters, right? You're like, why are these humans on screen? Get them away from here. Like, they're boring. Like, what? But with this one, you're like, oh no, I love seeing the humans on here. I love seeing the relationships develop. I love all of that. But then also the Godzilla stuff was great too. So it was just a perfect package of everything for just an unexpected movie. It's the hidden gem of the year. Kind of like how Sound of Freedom was unexpected. Same with Godzilla -1. I'm like, what is this? I didn't even know a new Godzilla was coming out this year. Let's go see what this is about. And I was just so surprised by it. And by the end, it got me teary-eyed and choked up. And once again, when a movie does that, you have to make my list. And I won't say anything, but like the last line that said between the two characters. Oh my gosh! I'm like,
The little girl was adorable.
everybody was so good in the movie. Like all the supporting cast was great. Like just like the fisherman group, like they were all really good. Like everybody was on top of their performance. And once again, it's a foreign language movie. I did not expect to connect with these characters in that way. And it's just like, no, I'm connecting to everything here. I love it. Perfect. So good.
I got a little nervous when I heard that Godzilla only appears in 1/3 of the movie, but they dispersed it really pleasantly. So it felt like he was more than just a third. That's why also I liked it.
It was just a really well-made movie. It was paced really well. It had a great script. So it had no down moments because you're always interested in whatever was going on screen, whether it was just a dialogue scene or then finally Godzilla's there. It was amazing. All right. So let's see. I think we had a few more people jump in here. We'll shout out. Let's see. We have Film Addiction here saying hello to everybody. Hello, Film Addiction. Let's see. Movie Hunter 2020 Ryan Dreams and subtitles. Yeah, I know, Ryan, you're like the foreign language film expert over there. But you haven't seen Godzilla -1, right, Ryan?
No, it was a limited release here in my town. We've got 3 movie theaters, and all 3 of them, I think only 2 of them were showing it, and they only had like maybe 1 or 2 showings a day, and I just never was able to get around to it. But I do want to see it. I got something in the mail that I picked up in preparation to watch it, so it might be showing up in a video sometime next month. But
we got Toxanos 12 in here. Hello, I think you're new to the channel.
That's my boyfriend.
Oh, well, welcome to the channel. Let's see. Metal Music Meltdown says Godzilla is just an incredible movie that just happened to have Godzilla in it, opposed to a monster movie with boring human character. Absolutely. To me, even if you took the Godzilla stuff out, you would still have a really good drama movie. You add Godzilla in there, it just takes it to the next level. So, all right. Let's get into number 3 now. Top 3 here. Third favorite film. Rich, what's our number 3?
This would have been my number 1 movie any other year. But there were some good movies this year. So my number 3 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Is that a triple dip right there? Show that again. You triple dip on that?
Yeah.
Ooh, one's not even opened.
Yeah, it was not even open. But yeah, I am a huge Miles Morales character or fan. I named my son after Miles. My son's name's Miles. But yeah, this movie's fantastic. They even improved the animation from the last film. In this film, the story matured. You see Miles like struggling with being a teenager, going to school, trying to make his parents happy. This is just a fantastic film.
And all 6,928 different Spider-Men was awesome to see.
Yeah.
Everybody else see that?
Oh no. I'm a Tobey Maguire girl.
I haven't seen the first one either. I would like to see.
Oh, well, you haven't seen the first one?
I haven't seen the first one either, but I've heard nothing but good things about both of those. So
the first one is the best Spider-Man movie.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, hands down. In my opinion.
I'm a big Tobey Maguire fan, so
yeah, I'm like that was a little too high on that, Rich, for me. I'm like, it's very, very good, but I'm a Spider-Man 2 person. Spider-Man 2 is still like the best. But so good, so good. But I guess I'll talk about that later. That's the bad thing going last, people. All right, let's go to Ryan.
All right, a movie I was excited about when they announced it. I'm a huge Nicolas Cage fan. This movie was fun. It was gory. Nicolas Cage killed it. We were talking about Renfield.
That's another one I missed.
Yeah, I missed that just too. What is that? Side slope? A slide load?
It is
What
a
that?
side slip. This is from Turbine Media.
Dang.
So, but Nicholas Hoult, I have yet to see anything that he's been in that I have not been impressed with his performance, and I loved him as Renfield. Again, Nicolas Cage killed it as Dracula, which I know he would. I mean, he took like the Vampire's Kiss Dracula and then added like the Bram Stoker's Dracula and just made it together. I love Awkwafina. I know a lot of people find her severely annoying. I thought she was a great comic relief in this. The gore was just kind of over the top in this. And I really, 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 really enjoyed this movie. So Renfield is my number 3.
Man, I love seeing that choice right there. And I will do a shameless plug right here for the audience out there. We actually do have Nicholas Hoult up for a nomination for the Poplar Award. So a live stream I do next month. He can be voted for. So he is nominated. I have a couple categories up on the community post on my channel. So if you thought he was a great actor, go ahead and vote in the Poplars. But how to plug that in there. But yeah, Renfield, super fun movie, way better than I expected. I love the over-the-top gory action, and you don't expect it when you go see this movie, but it's just everywhere. It's so wild. It's like becomes like a Quentin Tarantino film, by that. It's just all over the place. So fun. But you had a good time with that, and I'm a big Awkwafina fan. So if Awkwafina's in the movie, I'm like, yes, that's the best. Did you all see that one?
No, but I wanted to.
I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is I wish we would have got a little bit more Nicolas Cage in there, but you did enough of him, but I would have liked even more. That would have taken up another level, but it was still pretty good. All right, dude. What are you thinking?
All right. So this is going to be another movie that came out early in the year. People seem to like it when it came out, and now a lot of people don't like it anymore, but I still like it. It's going to be Scream 7. Scream 6. Scream 6. I'm sorry. Scream 6. But yeah, got
I have that
here.
steelbook.
Yeah, it's a great steelbook. And I really like the story. I know a lot of people, I think this is the problem. People really liked the movie, and then they got to the third act. They didn't like the third act, so that canceled out the whole movie for them. But I think it's really good. It has, I guess, a weak third act. I enjoyed the third act. But yeah, overall, I had fun with it. I liked how they really went into me. I looked at this movie as they were showing 4 different people go through 4 different trauma, like how they deal with trauma a year later. So I thought that was a really cool aspect to see how each person's looking at it differently. So you have like, Tara who wants to go out and party. And then you have Sam who's like very protective and like, looking like underneath the bed every night and stuff like that. And it's a great, I think when it comes to trauma, I think that's overlooked. I know it's a Scream movie, so I'm probably looking way, way more deeper into that, but Scream is one of my favorite franchises. So I was very happy with this movie. And yeah.
Scream 7 is screwed.
Yeah, I know.
When you start throwing money to get people to come back to the movie, you know it's not going to be good.
Nah. Yeah. So I'm very disappointed we won't see that story continue, but
yeah. But Scream 6 was so good. I'm so glad you chose that one. I think it's one of the best Scream movies. I would probably rank it number 4 just on my personal ranking list. I thought it was perfect how you mentioned handling the trauma stuff. I thought worked really well. All the cast was so well, most of the cast. The Kirby character I can't do. No. But other than that, the rest of the cast was great. I love the story. It kept me on my toes. I kept guessing till the very end. So yeah,
well,
that
it has like more than one pressure cooker scene. So
yeah,
that's great for a Scream movie, especially nowadays when we're so used to things like this. To get on the edge of your seat for a Scream movie, you're just kind of like, hell yeah, man, that's cool.
And it has great rewatchability too, with all the Easter eggs and stuff they put in the background. Like I was just watching it the other day, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool looking Halloween costume, and I'm like, I love the Halloween aesthetic. I mean, I thought they could have used it even more, but at least had something in there. And I thought they used New York City well well too. I mean, with the subway scene and all
Mhm.
that. Thought it-
Yeah, especially for now filming in New York City,
Yeah.
they really made it look like New York City. I know a lot of people were like they wanted to see the landmarks because that's how like their the way they promoted it was very city heavy. So I think people wanted to see a scene and in
On the
Times
Statue of
Squares.
Liberty or something.
Honestly, guys, it's expensive to film in Times Square, and from what I've heard, Spyglass is very cheap. So
Yeah. Well,
Wait,
I
they
would
didn't
not-
actually film in New York?
no,
It
No,
was just
no
like
way.
one big green screen?
no, it was Canada. They filmed it all in
Yeah.
Canada.
But
What?
they did a great job finding actual like real locations that looked like
Mhm.
it could be New York with like the apartment building and
Mhm.
all of that.
Yeah.
And I was watching the special features on it, and they talked about that being intentional, where they didn't want it to be like a tourist type of movie where we're going to
Mhm.
all the different landmarks. No, like how do actual people live on the daily
Mhm.
in New York City? This is what you would
Mhm.
actually see. And I thought they nailed that perfectly. So I was happy with it.
Yeah, they may have had like one day of like second unit go out and get like skyline shots and stuff like that, or establishing shots, but that's about it when it comes to New York shots.
That sucks. I thought it was in
Nadia's
New York.
like, I hate the movie now.
I don't like it.
There goes her number 3.
Yeah, let me change it really quick.
But did you like that one, Nadia?
But that's how good it was. You believed it was New York.
True. I just feel swindled. I want my money back.
You would be swindled by a lot of movies then. Yeah, so yeah, like 9 times out of 10, if they say it's New York, it's going to be in Canada. Mhm. Or if it's in Arizona, it's going to be shot in New Mexico.
That I believe.
Yeah.
Everywhere else is Georgia.
Mhm.
All right, Nadia.
My number 3 was very well received when it came out. It surprised a lot of horror fans, Saw fans, and this was ranked at their number 1 in the franchise, and it's going to be Saw 10. Damn, this movie was good for a 10th installment in a franchise. You didn't expect that to happen. I love the revenge plot. Love it. I mean, that's basically the whole Saw franchise, but this one he really went ham on it, and it was just traps were awesome. They were all new. I love the little twist at the end. The only thing I didn't like was Amanda's wig. They did her dirty with that. It just looked like a botch cut. It was just really distracting. But that aside, this movie was damn near perfect. I liked it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it myself. Did everybody else see that one?
Yeah, and
that's
I'm not
what-
a Saw fan, and I
Yeah.
really, really like that movie.
That's one I actually missed, but I want to see it because I'm a big Saw fan. It's the first Saw movie I did not see in theaters, so I'm very upset. And I still haven't seen
a
it.
Saw movie. I haven't seen a Saw movie since 3.
Well, there you go. You saw the best ones, Ryan. That's still my favorite. I love the first 3. Like, that's a perfect trilogy to me.
Don't sleep on Saw 6 though. That's
Saw
one of my
6
favorite.
is-
I love Saw
Yeah,
6.
Saw 6 is pretty good. Yeah, I did a whole ranking filmography stream if anybody watched that. But yeah, 6 is quite good too. X is great though. I really liked X. I love them bringing it back to formula, focusing on the John Kramer character again. And it's kind of funny. It plays way different than any other Saw movie, where it's like the beginning part is almost like a Hallmark like drama film with all the cancer stuff, and then you're like, oh, is this going to turn into a Saw movie? And it does get there, but
Mhm.
it's a good story. Really.
And a lot of people were like, "Didn't you know that he's not that he said that he has cancer and that he didn't have cancer and that he was gonna get, scammed by these people?" And I'm like, I didn't remember that he actually doesn't have cancer. So all this brought it was a surprise to me that he doesn't have cancer. They didn't actually do the surgery on him. So I don't know. I was surprised by it. So that's probably why I liked it more than some people did. But I know a lot of people don't like that. That they're like, didn't you know that he was going to get swindled? and
Well,
get
I knew
scammed?"
after the trailer, so the trailer kind of ruined it for me on that one. But,
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
it's still great though. I mean, all the Saw traps are really inventive in this one. Yeah, it was brutal for sure.
And I'm sure Tobin Bell did a great job. He
Oh,
always
so
does.
good.
He
And he
did.
still
the
got it.
key
He was
ingredient.
really, really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jeff.
My number 3 is M3 Gan. We're big Chucky fans. We're big Chucky fans in this house, so we were excited to go and see Megan. I took my 9-year-old daughter to see that with us, and Cody's right. It's a great introduction into me. I had a lot of fun with it.
Man, I wish I had as much fun as everybody else with that one. Maybe I got to give it a retry, you know. And it's pretty cheap right now, the 4K, actually. Shout out, people. It's I think it's under $15 now on Amazon. So if you don't have the 4K yet, there you go.
Yeah, I just got it for 15.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So on to me now. We're on to number 3 here. And this is my third favorite superhero film of the year. Already was mentioned by another panelist. Gonna have to go with Across the Spider-Verse. Yes, Rich, I'm a big Across the Spider-Verse fan, just like you. This movie to me is like the most beautiful movie of the year. It's like a painting unfolding. I don't know how you even put a movie like that together with just the changes in animation and the color schemes and all of that. It's like, how are they doing this? This movie must have taken the longest time to be made. But besides looking amazing and being stunning, it was an entertaining story. The characters were great. The voice acting was phenomenal. All the Easter eggs and cameos and references. And sometimes that can overtake a story in a movie. But no, the story was still solid. It was still very entertaining, but it had all the extra stuff too. So it was like a perfect package for a superhero movie. So I loved it. Across the Spider-Verse. Very, very good.
What did you think of the ending? Because I know some people have issues with the ending. It's like, oh, it just ends right there.
Yeah. Well, so I describe it as a part 1. We're going to get a part 2 to it, which that did bring it down a little bit for me because I don't like part 1 movies. Like I had the same issues with Mission Impossible being a part 1. You know, they did a Hunger Games part 1. They did a Harry Potter part. I'm tired of part 1s. Get those part 1s out of here. Okay. So yes, that brought it down a little bit for me. So I still prefer Into the Spider-Verse over this one. If I had to choose one tonight, what am I watching? Into the Spider-Verse. But with that being said, it's amazing still. I mean, to get to that point is amazing. And I don't know if with the story they're trying to tell, you have to make it a 2-parter. It's like too big of a story to even try to cut down.
And this is a long movie too, because this is almost 3 hours.
Yeah, it's a long one. I'm like, with what they wanted to do with the story, there's no way they couldn't have gone that way with it, I guess you could say. Yeah. So I forgave it a little bit for just being so good with everything else. I'm like, okay, I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you, ending. But so good. Yeah. So I had to get number 3 on my list. There we go. We tied there, Rich, with our.
I'm glad you picked it too.
All right. So we are now, well, let's see. Yeah. Okay. We are now, and once again, everybody in the chat, definitely shout out your favorites, of course. Let's see. What was Caveman saying? Hopefully they don't make the Affordables 4 version of Scream. Oh my God, that's giving me nightmares now. Please, no. They're gonna get Megan Fox in here as the lead actress. Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
No.
Oh gosh. Oh, Expendables 4. That was so bad.
I liked Expendables
Really?
4.
Oh gosh, I cannot stand.
I think it's
there.
so many people talk so much crap about Expendables 4, and I'm a huge Expendables fan. Stallone is my idol, is my god. So I was like, all right, I'll go. I'll see it. I'll watch it, and I actually enjoyed it. But I think it's because I've heard I'm probably the only person you've ever heard say something positive about.
Yeah. I mean, I like the action in it. I thought the choreography was really cool.
Yeah.
So there's some fun stuff in there for sure. So
yeah, but like I don't go to an Expendables movie to watch a story. I go see.
You're definitely into the story with this one. They made dang sure of that one.
I go see the heroes I grew up watching blow some stuff up.
All right, so now we're getting into our second favorite here, runner-ups. All right, Rich, number 2 for you.
Number 2, this was my number 1 movie until I saw my number 1 movie that is now, and this is another foreign film. I think it's Korean, and that is Past Lives. Oh, this movie, this is heartbreaking. Two friends, childhood friends, reconnect later in life. They fall in love. They kind of drift apart again. One gets married, and the other one wants to like rekindle, but they can't. And just that whole, I don't know, it's hard to describe how he wants more, but he knows he can't have more. And yeah, this is just fantastic drama. And
I've
it's
only heard good
subtitled.
stuff.
I'm sorry.
I've only heard good stuff about that movie. I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's definitely worth checking out.
I'm like, man, do I want to throw my negative comments on it now?
No, go ahead.
No, it just wasn't the movie for me. Like I said, foreign language films, I'm really tough on. Most of the times I cannot connect with the characters at all. That was a film I picked up the Blu-ray. I could not connect with it at all. So it was a misfire for me. And then the ending, I'm like, what? Yeah, so because I'm trying to remember, it's not a happy ending, right?
No,
not spoiling anything, but okay, there we go. I need happy endings in movies.
Yeah, this
most
is
of the
a happy
time.
ending movie.
But yeah, so I'm like,
It's
what?
sad.
I waited through the whole movie for this.
It didn't make Mike cry, so it doesn't get his,
It did not make me cry.
not on his list.
And I think it took me a few nights to get through it. I think I fell asleep a couple times on it. I was very slow paced, if I remember.
Yeah, it is. It was still
But everybody else loves it, so take
Yeah.
Rich's advice and go watch it because
It's
everybody
worth
else
one
on the
time
planet
watching.
loves it.
You should
Ryan,
definitely-
have you seen that one?
I think I have.
You like it?
It was pretty good.
Nice.
There's thing again.
Oh, there we go. All right, I gotta stop doing thumbs up. No more thumbs. All right. Let's see, Ryan. What are we thinking?
All right.
Number 2.
So my number 2 is a first-time director/writer. She is Canadian, but she is Korean. And my number 2 is also Past Lives.
That got real awkward real fast.
Yes. So the one thing that I love about Asian cinema the most, it is my favorite genre, is they do not Hollywood movies. The ending is the ending. If it's going to be a sad ending, it's going to be a sad ending. If it's going to be happy, it's going to be happy. You know, like Rich said, they were childhood friends. She immigrates with her family to the United States to have a better life. He reconnects with him like 10, 12 years later, something like that. And they do plan on starting something. And then she just cuts it off. And then she gets married and he comes to see her. I don't know if it was necessarily to try to start something again, but maybe to
That's the way I
just,
took it.
yeah,
That was
I think he
confusing to
was.
me. I'm like, what is happening here? Like I didn't know where it was
Yeah.
going.
I think he was. And I think I watched somebody had done a little thing on this, and basically he was the boy that she cried to as a child. But now that she is married, her husband is who she cries to now, and she knows that. And that's why the movie doesn't end the way most American movies does. You know, he comes in, he swoops in and, you know, takes her away. But this movie was really, really, really well done for a first-time director-writer. I really enjoyed it. It is a slow burn, but a lot of Asian dramas are like that. And just the ending, I really did like it. And I felt bad for the husband, even though he kind of knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, Past Lives. That's my number 2.
I'm glad you picked that.
Yes.
I know. I'm like, let me put my foot in my mouth before Ryan speaks. I'm like, why isn't Ryan talking right now? He's had to have seen this movie.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, dude.
Yep. So my number 2 is going, number 2, right?
Yep.
It's going to be Past Lives.
I know, like everybody's gonna pull Past Lives right now.
No, I actually did not see Past Lives, but it's going to be a movie that came out early in the year as well. It's going to be a Champions by the Farley brothers.
Yeah.
This
I've heard good
movie,
things about that.
this movie cracked me up, and I feel like nobody's seen it. I thought it was really funny. It's a good time, and I like those Farley brother movies. You know, like There's Something About Mary. So it was fun to, go back and see this. And of course, Woody Harrelson's awesome in it. It's just, yeah, it was very lighthearted. Yet it was like it's not for kids. It's very funny. It's kind of like Hardball or something like the Mighty Ducks, like something like that, but not like that. It's hard to explain. So it reminded me of this reminded me of a movie that would hit real big in the 90s. So I think that's why I really, really connected with it. But it was really funny, and I highly recommend it.
Rich, you saw that one too, right?
Yeah, I seen it. We watched it for By the Numbers. I'm gonna keep plugging By the Numbers. Every movie that we see, we watch for By the Numbers. Almost every movie you guys picked, we reviewed it. Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't the best movie, but I still enjoyed watching it.
It was the second best movie of 2020.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like you said, you hit all the marks. Woody Harrelson was great. The kid actors in this too.
Yeah,
I am hard on kid actors. I'm not a big fan of kid actors, but the cast they put together for that group, they were pretty funny.
Yeah. I literally laughed out loud pretty hard.
Oh yeah, me too. I like the movie.
Yeah.
I wish more people saw it. It's an inspirational sports story, but it has funny moments. So I thought it was a really delightful movie. Wasn't expecting too much from it, but turned out really good.
There was one scene though. It takes place in Iowa. It takes place in Des Moines, and they show a skyline of Des Moines. And I was born in Des Moines, and I know the skyline. That was not Des Moines. I don't know.
You caught them on it, right? You caught them in the act. You're like, no, that's not.
Yeah.
It was Canada. It was filmed in Canada.
I was gonna say that's like you finding out it's not in New York. It's in Canada.
Yeah.
All right, Nadia, number 2.
My number 2 was also a big hit when it came out. A lot of people love this film, and this was Evil Dead Rise.
Nice.
Phenomenal film. It's I think the best in the franchise in my opinion, next to the remake. I really like that one as well. But again, the makeup effects, I'm really big on that, and it's just awesome. The acting was great. The story, it was okay. Just kind of weird how they randomly found the book in the middle of the basement inside a crack. But they had to find the book somehow. But it was awesome. The acting, the storyline, it was just so eerie. It's so different how it takes place in an apartment building.
Mhm.
So I enjoyed it all in all. And the steelbook looks cool too. I don't have it with me, but it's here in spirit.
Yeah, and I think the regular 4K is at like $10 now. Or last time I went in the Best Buy, it was pretty marked
Yeah.
down. So,
Yeah,
but
there's
yeah.
always a sale.
Yeah, I really like that one as well. It's one of my favorite Evil Dead movies too. I'd probably put it, remake, Army of Darkness, then Evil Dead Rise. So it was really, really good. And another shameless plug, the Poplar Awards. I need people to vote because the mom, forgot what her name was, but she's up for supporting actress in the Poplar Awards. So she gave a phenomenal performance. She was so terrifying in that one, so creepy. It's like we're gonna be one big happy family now. It's like, oh my god, so creepy.
And she's super nice in real life because I did have the pleasure of meeting her. She's super nice.
It's always the nice ones that
Yeah.
turn really scary.
Yeah. Now that movie was terrifying, and I loved how they put it in a different setting, going into a skyscraper apartment. I loved how they changed that up, and it worked. So cool.
And it's very quotable. Everyone quotes it now.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and that's crazy because that movie was made for streaming, but it was so good that they put it in theaters.
Yeah.
I want them to do that.
It's supposed to be on HBO Max.
Yeah. So I'm so happy.
I'm glad
put
they
it in
did.
theater. Yeah. Because if it went straight to HBO Max, there's a good chance I probably would
5
have
for
watched
5
it.
on good movies.
Yeah. It was great.
It's a great theater experience.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jeff, what are you thinking?
So my number 2 is one that's been talked about already. Was Into the Spider-Verse. Now I didn't watch it until yesterday in preparation for the stream. But that's the only movie I think I've ever sat down and watched, and my 4-year-old has sat there and watched the entire thing without moving. And it would probably be my favorite film if not for the end. The way that it just drops off. I invested almost 3 hours and you don't even give me an ending. That was my only problem with it, but I knew that going into it. I knew that it was a part 1. But I'm tired of long movies and then part ones of long movies. It's going to be like a 6-hour movie before it's said and done. But I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I know, it's like, how are you going to do a part one and it still be a long movie? Like, the nerve they had. But yeah, so good. Hey, that has shown up now a few times. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the most repeated one, right?
Yep, that's the first one repeated 3 times.
Dang.
So that means everybody, you got to see it. If you have not seen Across the Spider-Verse, get on that. Into the Spider-Verse, then Across. Got to see it.
Definitely Into the Spider-Verse.
But my biggest issue is that I waited until yesterday to watch it. I should have watched it a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it a few times now because I went back to the theaters actually twice because I brought, some friends a second time. I'm like, oh, so good. I'm happy to rewatch this one. All right. Another movie I went back to the theaters twice for this year. Like I said, Across the Spider-Verse was my 3rd favorite superhero movie of the year. So, my top 2 are going to be superhero films. And I could say the name, but I'll just play my favorite clip.
It's all about
There we go. Yes, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, my favorite DC EU film. I love this movie. I don't get why people hate it. It makes no sense. Like, if you love superhero movies, it does everything right, in my opinion. It's funny. I mean, the comedic timing with all the characters, like Zachary Levi in there is the perfect Shazam character. The family's great in there. They all get different things to do. The parents even get a lot to do in this one. The visual effects with the dragon and the mythological creatures at the end are so awesome. The villains, you get 3 amazing villains in there. I mean, come on. Helen Mirren as one of the villains. So a super entertaining, action-packed movie, a super funny movie. It had everything. It had everything I would want from a superhero movie. So yeah, I love this one. Don't get why people don't love it. But you guys, I know nobody else loved it as much as me, right?
I didn't see the second one, but I like the first one a lot. The first one's
I think it's literally like the first one, but even better. So I love the first one too.
So you like the second one better?
Yeah. Oh, second one. I'm telling you, it's my favorite
This is my honorable
DCEU film of all time. So like, I just did a stream ranking all 16 DCEU films. It's number 1 for me. That's how much I love this movie. Yeah, a decade of what DC movies, and that's number 1 for me. Ryan's like, you talking crazy over there, Mike.
I am not a DC person at all. I will shit on that movie, and I've never even seen it.
But hey, all film is subjective.
Yes.
So I think Rich, you didn't like that one either.
No, I did not. I didn't.
It's like, no, Mike, it's straight garbage.
I dropped my pen when you played the clip, and all I heard is it's all about family. I'm like, oh, it's a Fast and Furious movie.
Because he's talking to Helen Mirren.
Yeah, I guess I'm in the minority here with that one, but so good, so good. I can rewatch that one all the time. Man, we're not going to get a third one now. Peace out to the DCEU. So we'll see what they do with future movies. But
I think they're in good hands with it's Gunn, isn't it? That just took over. I think he'll do a good job.
Man, you got more faith than me. I'm worried. I'm so worried.
I think he's going to do okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope so. All right.
Contact Rich every time you feel down. It's all gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Right?
Maybe it'll make you cry, and then it'll.
Well, Shazam 2 made me cry. I'm telling you, that movie got me teary-eyed when it got to the family connection between Shazam, Billy Batson, and the mom. Oh my goodness, it got emotional for me. I'm like, ooh, this is so good. So
at this point, you should just bring a box of tissues when you go to the theater.
I know, right? Well, it doesn't happen that often. That's what I'm telling you. It's like the 5 films that happen to.
But it doesn't happen often. It sounds like you've been crying all night.
Well, I've seen a lot of movies, okay? And that's what I'm telling you. The 5 films that did it for me made my top 5, right? It had to. So I don't even think I gave my number, did I? I totally forgot that when we went over introduction. So For new movies I saw, it was anywhere between like 100 and 110. I know for Regal theaters alone, because my app tracks that, it was 94 movies.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
Good.
so I saw a lot of movies. That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't usually, happen.
Right.
So when it does, I'm just like, oh, this is good.
Make good use of that membership.
Oh, you have to. You have to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like 3 movies at a point, right? Man, I love that pass though. Man, that pass has changed my world. I love those unlimited pass.
I
I'm
wait for
telling you, I would
Tuesdays.
not see as many movies without that unlimited pass. I tell you.
I wait
Was
for
that not
value
even-
days on Tuesdays.
Oh, the Tuesdays, yeah.
It's at $6.50.
Yeah, because my unlimited pass, it's in my area, it's $18.99 for the whole month, and it's unlimited movies, unlimited times. It's like, man, I already.
$23.99 here.
Oh yeah, because you're SoCal. I'm in farm town. There's only the cows are going to the movies. It's like.
I don't have a Regal here, so.
What
But
do
we
you
have.
have?
There's an
Yeah,
AMC, not like AMC. Like
Oh,
I
Lansing is a great pass as well.
pass like 3 or 4 theaters just to get to a theater I like. It's called the Majestic. It's in Tempe, Arizona. So that's where I go. So I live in Phoenix, Arizona. So I go all the way. I pass all these theaters. Pass the Harkins. I pass AMC's just to go to the theater, just because it's for movie lovers. Like there's 0 tolerance for talking, 0 tolerance for being on your phone, texting. So I really like it a lot.
Man,
Damn.
I
Regal
wish I
doesn't
had
care.
that experience. Yeah, I had to talk to theater management today. I'm like, rowdy teenagers here. I'm trying to watch Mean Girls, and they're making a ruckus. I'm like, let's go.
What do you expect of Mean Girls?
Hey, don't be
Mike-
sleeping on Mean
gotta
Girls
watch
now.
Mike,
I'm
you're
telling
being
you.
Mike girls. Yeah, Mike's like, I was trying to cry and I couldn't because
I'm telling you, don't sleep on this new Mean Girls. It is the best film of this year so far. Okay,
it's 15 days in.
I was gonna say we're like
I've
10
seen
days
like
in.
5 movies already though, and it's the best one. So it's so good. I'm telling you, it's awesome.
That's funny.
And you told me it was better than the original. The
I
original
like it
one's
better,
pretty.
but I like musicals. So when you
Right.
can turn a movie into a musical, I think it elevates it most of the time. So like for like The Color Purple, I like the new one way better as a musical. So
Really.
that's
Well,
just
see-
me. I like musicals.
Yeah, well, see, like I like musicals too, but like they made, like I wouldn't want to see like a Nightmare on Elm Street musical movie.
Hey, you never know though, because
Oh,
you don't
jeez.
know what movies are going to be musicals, because they even did Back to the Future on Broadway now, right? That's probably going to be a musical eventually.
That's different though. That's different. Broadway is different. But I do like musicals when they're meant to be a musical. Like The Greatest Showman. That's one of my favorite
Oh,
movies.
that's one of my
Oh,
favorite movies of
yeah,
all time. That's top
good.
10 for me. I don't know. I was laughing hysterically. That was so good. So funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you couldn't cry in the theater.
No, I wasn't going to cry with that one. I was laughing on that one. No tears on that one. That was just.
It will
My-
will make your top 5 next year then? Or this
Maybe.
year?
I'm telling you, it was that good. It was so good. Like, I'm already thinking about, do I want to go back to the theaters again and rewatch it? That's how good it was.
Wow.
Now I'm way overhyping it. Everybody's going to see it and be like, what the heck is this?
I know you're A24ing it for me.
Yeah. It's very Gen Z. I will say that. It's very interesting.
Oh God.
So, yeah, I do have a question. Is it a remake or is it a sequel?
It's a remake. It's
Okay.
just a musical version. So it's them taking the Broadway version that's a musical and now putting that. But it's very similar to the story, the original story. Like,
Is
it's
it
all
written-
there.
Not
it written-
made
is it
for a
written-
remake.
Is it written for? Is it written by Tina Fey? Because I think she's in it, right?
Yeah.
Tina Fey and Tim Meadows are both.
I know that name was popping up a lot. So I don't know. I think it was written by Tina Fey.
Okay.
Yeah, something like
They
that.
had so much faith in it, they didn't bother to advertise it as a musical. So
That's the thing Warner Brothers is doing lately. They're not like
Yeah.
Wonka.
Well,
I
they
know
did
a
the
lot of
same
people
thing
didn't
with
know.
Wonka. Wonka
Mhm.
turned out great to me. I loved Wonka as a
Yeah.
musical, so I had a good time. That's my face is a radio. We already know a musical.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this is David's out. I
Literally what I
guarantee
say.
you, we will not be reviewing Mean Girls by the numbers.
All right. So, yes, we are now on, as I went into a little side tangent on Mean Girls, we are now into number 1, right? First favorite 2023 film. And once again, people stick around after that because we are going to go honorable mention. So, still a lot of movies to talk about. Rich, I got to hear your number one now. What is number one for Rich after
just saw
all
that.
those hundreds of movies?
I just saw this one a couple weeks ago, and I fell in love with this movie. I fell in love with the lead actor, and that is The Holdover. Oh shoot! Sorry, I dropped it. The Holdovers, starring Paul Giamatti.
I always hear good things about that.
Oh man, go see this movie. It's streaming if you have Peacock. It's on there now.
But it's
Oh, it's on
Christmas.
Peacock.
It's a crime
I
to
know.
watch it now.
You gotta wait till Christmas.
Uh,
Oh, don't sleep on this movie. Paul Giamatti performance in this is just amazing. It's a heartwarming story. There's nothing. It's a little bit sad at times, but a lot of character growth for one of the characters in it. 'Cause I don't want to spoil it, but definitely check this movie out. I hope Paul Giamatti wins an Oscar for his performance.
He won the Critics Award, right? I think it
Golden
was
Globe or something like that.
something like that. He just won.
Yeah.
So hey, you never know. He has definitely a
never
good
know.
chance. Yeah.
This is so good.
Yeah, I can't comment too much here because this is one I haven't seen. It did not go to my local theater, and then it was only at the farther theater for like a week. So I'm like, what the heck?
But if you have Peacock, man, it's on there.
Man, at this point, I might as well buy the Blu-ray. It's like $15. All right, Ryan, number
All
one.
right. My number one, I've got a poster of it. It's the Chinese theater poster for it, but it's hard to tell what it is because it is Into the Spider or Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh my.
Same thing. It's just an awesome movie. They really, really push the boundaries of the animation. You get even more types of animation in here. Again, the 6,000 different Spider-Men you see in here. They do a really good job of keeping things organized and not cluttered like multiverse movies would. You really see Miles just grab stuff and go with it. Like he's really found his way. He gets, everything going for him. And I liked the ending of it because I like
Easy to follow.
Noir Batman and Penny Parker and Spider Pig and all that. So I am just super hyped for part 2. I love Across the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse. I think this just barely maybe edge it out for between the two. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're both about basically equal. But yeah, Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. Anyway, Across the Spider-Verse is my number one. There we go.
Nice. There you go. Mentioned 4 times now. Now, Nadia, you have to see it. That's the rule. 4 times now. You got to see it.
Oh man, I gotta go in and then across.
Yep.
And then eventually you're gonna have to go beyond with the third one. So
Is it Beyond
We all
the
promised
Spider-Verse?
I think it is. I think at one point they were saying it was gonna be beyond. I don't know if they changed it, but
I think it still is.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
All right, dude. Number one.
So my number one is a movie that's still in theaters. It's going to be based on a true story called The Iron Claw. I really enjoyed this movie. If you know the story, you know how tragic it is. So I know that might have thrown people off who thought they were going to go see a nice wrestling movie, or like a movie that's going to be very inspiring, and it's the complete opposite. But it's a very good movie, and I did cry. Okay, so I knew so I know this family. It's based on a true story, so I know the story of this family, and I didn't cry because I knew what was happening. But there's a line that Zac Efron says towards the end of the movie that really, really got me, and I was just like, "Oh wow!" And then, like as I was thinking about it, walking to the car, I went to go talk, and I couldn't talk because I was like, "No, I'm gonna cry." So I did it just because I kept thinking about that line. But it was such a good movie. I have 2 complaints, and this is going to be a weird one. One, it wasn't long enough because they had to cut out so much stuff to make it. This movie's wild. So I don't know if you know the story, it's even more wild. A lot of the story. So they had to cut out a lot of it for time. It's about 2 hours. It could have easily been 3 hours and been exciting, like very interesting.
Who is it based on? I know it's a wrestler, but who is it actually based on?
It's the Von Erich family.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's based on the Von Erich family back in like the 70s and 80s. They're a huge wrestling family, like the Hart Foundation and stuff like that. But it was really great. And I'm so upset that it's not up for any awards or anything like that. I know it was probably too late, but Zac Efron did amazing. I'm a huge Zac Efron fan. So, and the guy from The Bear is really good as well.
Fantastic.
Everyone in the movie is fantastic. It's just a great movie, but it's not a feel-good movie. So if you like happy endings, Mike.
Oh, I've seen it. I've
Okay.
seen it. I like the movie quite a bit, but you are correct. Not a happy ending kind of movie. It's not a Rocky inspirational kind of feel good by then. No, it's a Raging Bull kind of sports movie.
Yeah.
But I'm a sucker for sports dramas. That's one of my go-to. So I really liked it. I knew nothing about the family, so I learned a lot. And wow, you're right. So tragic, just like, and it keeps going and going. I'm like, oh, it's not going to get worse than this. And then, oh my gosh.
And it gets even more crazier because they have another brother that they didn't even put in the movie just because they didn't want to confuse people. There was too much going on. And another one of my complaints was the guy who played Ric Flair was terrible.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was not Ric Flair.
Dude, it was like this guy. It felt like it was a guy being Ric Flair doing a Dusty Rhodes impersonation, and it was really weird. He had like a weird accent, and I was like, "What is going on?" Like it didn't. I mean, it didn't take you out of it, but if you know Ric Flair, you're like, "What?
Yeah.
What is it?" I was like, "This is." They could have done that better, but other than that, there's no other complaints. It was great, and they really focus on the family in the movie.
Oh yeah. And it's an A24 film, so there you go.
I was catching heavy the wrestler vibes off. Oh, I'm sorry, Nadia.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just saying I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I'm gonna check that out when it goes to streaming because I've heard good things.
Yeah, I think you definitely like it if you're a wrestling fan.
I was catching like the wrestler vibes from it, the Mickey Rourke, Darren Aronofsky movie. So. And now you said the family. I know who that was. I used to watch wrestling in the early, like, I probably stopped watching like 90, 92, somewhere around in there. So I know that name for that family. So it'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised too, dude, that they did not get some award recognition. I thought they were just because of those performances, Zac Efron in there, and the transformations that Zac Efron went through. He doesn't even look human in that movie. He looks literally like he's the He-Man cartoon, like walked into like a live action universe. It is insane.
But did you cry?
I did not cry on that one, no.
So it's not your number one.
You did not cry.
I did not cry on that one. No.
It's not his number one then.
It did not get to the Shazam 2 level, with the.
But this one was all about family, and it was real.
Yeah, no, it was sad for sure. It was sad for sure, but I'm a sucker for the superhero movies. You know that though.
I'm just.
But it was sad. It was for sure sad. Yeah. All right, Nadia, number one.
My number one was not a big release when it came out. It only went to select theaters. Mine didn't play it, so I didn't catch this in theater, unfortunately. I wish I did. It was well received, and it's going to be Cobweb. Cobweb was like the biggest surprise of 2023 for me because it takes a lot to creep me out being a horror fan, and this one genuinely did. It was terrifying from start to finish. Creepy soundtrack, creepy creature. She did a creepy voice. Even the parents were creepy. Like this movie was just awesome, and I had to own it when it came out. I have the slipcover. It's awesome. I hope they don't ruin it with a sequel just because it was that good, but we'll see. I love this movie. It was so good.
It doesn't need.
It's actually, I think, in my top 4 on my Letterboxd
of all time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Rich, I know you're a fan, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This. She said it's a surprise. Dave picked this for our By the Numbers show, and I wasn't looking forward to watching it. And not gonna lie, ended up loving it. This was really, really good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone expected it to be that good.
Not at all.
Yeah, I kept hearing about that one. I'm like, let me check it out. So I picked up the Blu-ray, and I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on with this. But then once it gets to the third act, I'm like, okay, this is awesome. It gets very kind of, twisty a little bit. It becomes much more like a barbarian feel by the third act. You know, it gets all wild. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm eating this up now. I'm loving this. And I watched the special features and just them talking about how they made the movie and the actress for, you know, the character at the end doing all those real movements. I'm like, that was all real movements. That's insane. Like, oh my goodness.
Mhm.
So, very impressive. Yeah.
It was really good.
I'm glad you picked that.
I'm glad too.
All right, Jeff, number one.
All right. So my number one movie. Now keep in mind, I get to watch movies through the eyes of a 4-year-old, 9-year-old, and 15-year-old. And this movie did a lot for our family, and that was Mario Brothers. We probably made we probably made this movie. I triple dipped. Yeah, got that Star one, and then the DVD and the 4K slip. Now I only got the DVD because for some reason my Dollar General locally stocked it 3 weeks before release date. So I went and bought it, and we watched it for a few weeks before it came out officially. But we went to the theater and seen it multiple times too. And as a family of 5, that's not easy to do. But we all enjoyed that one. It was just such a good time. And we're all big gamers and really into Mario. And if you're into Mario and you get all of the references, it's just hit for hit, reference after reference throughout the entire movie. If you get it. If you don't, then it could be not a very good movie.
I'm a
I
big
actually
Mario
forgot
fan.
to
Grew up
log
on
that on. Yeah, I actually forgot to log that on my letterbox. Me and my son watched it. He's 12 and he loved it. It was very nostalgic because I mean I grew up. You know, Nintendo 8-bit was my very first system I ever had. And I've grown up with Mario, so it was really, really nice. The only thing I didn't like about it is I just heard Chris Pratt the whole time. I heard Fat Pratt the whole time.
Oh, see, I thought he did a good job as Mario.
They should have picked
I thought he
an
did all
Italian
right.
dude.
I don't think the guy that actually voices Mario would have done very good because he just
But they
has
want
little
that name.
one-liners, and he's not really a voice actor.
Yeah, what they want is they want that name. That's why, like, if it's like a say it's not Pound Puppies. What is the dog movie that people like? Okay, I don't know.
Dog go to heaven. I don't know.
No, like Paw Patrol. So,
Paw Patrol. There you go.
Yeah, so say Paw Patrol comes out with a movie, they're most likely not going to use those actors from the show, even though you think they would. They're going to use a name. Yeah, they're going to use names because they want people to go see it. They want the the kids don't care, but the parents are like, I don't want to see that. Oh, blah blah blah's in that. Let's go see it. Oh, Chris Pratt's in that. I like Chris Pratt. Let's go see it. You know, that's why they do that. That's why they don't really have like the Italian name. I don't think that could. Like not off the top of my head. So they want to do Chris Pratt, who's just on top of the world. Like, let's do that instead of doing, Sebastian, who's in the movie.
The perfect casting though was Charlie Day. Charlie Day was casting in that one.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big Mario fan. I'm a fan of the 1993 movie Mario, if that tells you anything, Mario Brothers. But I really, really liked the Super Mario Brothers movie. I thought it was awesome. I thought like there were some times where I was like, this looks real. Like the ending scene when they were showing like the egg, it like reminded me of the Godzilla movie from '98. Like for a second, I was like, is this real footage? But it was animation. Like it looked that good. It was a really good movie. And I never say this either. When I was watching this movie, I was like, man, this would be a good 3D movie because I don't really like seeing 3D movies anymore.
Ooh, okay.
But I was like, man,
this would have been good 3D.
I was like, this would have been a really good movie in 3D. Just the word, like I felt like you would have been in.
Yeah,
this
you
world.
can only get it on Vudu, so you have to have good internet to watch it. But it is available in 3D, but only on Vudu. Wow. They didn't even release it in China on a disc like they usually do.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I grew up playing Mario from like since I was a little itty
I
bitty
bought it in
person.
3D as well.
But hearing Chris Pratt in there, it was just so distracting because growing up, all you hear is like, "Let's go, it's a me," and then you just hear like, "All right, Luigi, let's go." It was just so distracting.
But would you want to hear that for 2 hours?
I mean, no. But
I
like, no,
wouldn't.
I don't know.
I think I
didn't.
think they could have found a better middle ground
Yeah, I was gonna
between
say.
Chris. I mean, I understand. I know why they got Chris Pratt. He did a really good job. I just heard Chris Pratt the whole time. It's like when I watched the Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers thing. All I heard was Forrest Gump the whole time. It's like it's just one of those things.
Hey, I like that movie. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. That's a hidden gem right there.
What's his name's playing? He's playing Garfield now too. So
Yeah.
in here,
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad you guys loved Mario. I did not.
It's going to be one of his biggest regrets in 30 years. Just like
I'm like, I
Murray's.
did not.
Mike, you don't like Mario?
I hate that movie.
What?
No.
Is it because it didn't make you cry?
He likes
Definitely gonna make me
Shazam.
cry.
Fury of the Gods.
Oh,
Come
God.
on.
And I thought the voice acting was fine. I perfectly fine with the voice acting. I didn't like the story at all. But
So
I'm
it
not a
wasn't-
big Mario player, so I don't have all the nostalgia. I mean, I played a handful of Mario games, so I got the references, but I just thought it was more like targeted towards children. So like if I was younger, like 10 years younger, I'm like, oh, I would have loved this movie, man. But I'm just like, the story is very simple to me. It's like Bowser and Mario fighting over Peach the whole time. Okay, cool. Do we got something else? Oh God, I hate that song. Oh God, you're gonna give me nightmares. I hate when that song started playing, I'm like, okay, bathroom break time. And so yeah, not the movie for me.
Just
Just
hit the
wasn't
mute
the movie for me. Yeah, man,
So you wouldn't even own it?
I do own it. That's the bad thing.
Oh my!
And I watched it again. But my wife loves the movie, so I had to. She wanted me to pick it up, so I had to pick it up. But I picked it up on a discount deal. I wasn't paying full price for that.
The DVD.
Well, I still got the 4K slipcover, but it ended up being like $20 when I got it. So I'm like, that's fine. I like. Oh, you know what? I will give one positive. I like the special features a lot on the disc. So if you haven't seen the special features, I thought that was way more entertaining than the movie. So yeah.
You're like a cat that likes the box more than the toy.
The special features are so good though. Like having the people that made the game, do interviews and all of that, all the acting talent. I thought they did a really good job on the special feature. So I got some enjoyment out of it, All right. Let's see. Where are we at now? Are we at me now? I think we are.
What's your number one, man?
I know. I can't follow that up, but
Really cool. Thank you.
There we go. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Best superhero film of the year. I absolutely love this one. I know we're just ranting a little bit on the future of the Gunverse, but still a little worried for it. But he did a great job directing this movie. I thought this was, back to formula for Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 2 I still like, but there was a little bit of missteps in there. But number 3 hit it out of the park. It got to be a more darker and tragic tale, focusing on the Rocket Raccoon character. I love that stuff. But it still had moments of fun. You still had laughter in there. Every character had a shining moment. So I liked all the Guardians in this one. I really liked the story. I thought the villain was one of the best Marvel villains we've ever got. So I loved everything about this story. And I saw it a couple times in theaters. So yeah, Guardians Volume 3 had to be number 1. It was going to be tough for any movie to beat it. Even Shazam 2. I love Shazam 2, but Guardians 3 was just perfect.
I really thought your number 1 was The Flash. But
Oh God, no.
I was worried.
Hi.
I love you.
Thank you. Passing you into Mr. Wayne.
No, it was not the Flash. Man, I did not really like the Flash, actually. Even though I'm wearing the Batman shirt, but I didn't have a... Actually, you know what? I do have a Guardian shirt. Man, I should have wore the Guardian shirt. But yeah, no.
That would have given away your number 1.
I know, exactly. Yeah, no, it's not the Flash. Yeah, definitely not the Flash. That didn't even make my top 5. That one even made my top 50. No, but Guardians was so good, though. You guys saw Guardians, yes?
Mhm.
Yeah? You guys liked it, too?
It was okay.
I haven't cried so hard before. Like I cried so hard during that movie. Like I'm a grown man and I just could not stop crying.
I know.
And there was even a point where I was like, I might have to get up and leave because
Yeah.
it's getting too much.
I
Like,
was
I
crying
was
the
being an
whole time.
animal lover. I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is too much for me. But I love
It got a little dark.
Yeah, real dark. Like, and I love that it went that way because, like Mike, I do like to cry during movies. But man, I was just like, this is a lot, man. I was like, I don't have any more tears to come out. But
Yeah. But it was the perfect balance. Like there would be moments where you're super sad, crying, very tragic, and then the next scene you would be laughing. Like I loved how it would go back and forth throughout
You're
the whole
laughing and
movie.
your
And
face
then,
is still wet.
yes, and then the ending was great though. I mean, dancing with the music at the end. I'm like, oh, the perfect way to end the movie. I love it.
and I hate when people are like, it wasn't sad, nobody died. I was like, thousands and thousands of animals died.
I
in that
know.
movie.
A lot of things died in that movie.
Yeah.
What are they talking
I
about?
could not watch that movie then. I can't do animal deaths.
Dude,
Oh,
I was
yeah. That's,
oh my,
will
it
be
is
very
a
rough. Yeah.
hard, and I mean a hard freaking
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
But it's so good
Oh, so good.
because
Oof.
it's a really good movie. I'm actually surprised it's not in my top 5, but it was because like I was mad. I even like I said, I almost had to get up and walk away because I was like, this is a lot for me.
Yeah.
But I really liked it because I feel like if there's gonna be something that happens and something happens later on, I'm like, okay, this, when people get their comeuppance, it all like I'm like, okay. Like I don't know, it was a really good movie. I liked it a lot too, Mike. I agree with you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for a superhero genre film, it does everything I want from a superhero movie. So it checked all the boxes for me, no doubt.
And I love that they focus on what's it, Rocket?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was really cool to learn his story.
And it's smart how they did that with these movies. Like James Gunn always focuses on something a little bit different each film. So, yeah. All right. So let's double check the comments here. And then we'll get into our honorable mentions. Let's see. I don't think we have anybody new into the chat here, but hey, let's see. Wilkie loves Mario as well. See, everybody loved Mario but me. It's just, never mind. No, what? I'll take it back. I didn't hate Mario. I don't think it makes my top 10 hate list. I just really disliked it. I'll be fair. There's more movies I hated this year. So because I hated other stuff, it gets a pass. Yeah, let's see. Gay Man saying surprised they released Guardians of the Galaxy 3, was able to get a UK release, and they aren't going to get The Abyss for animal cruelty. Oh, okay.
Well, that's because Guardians is animated. They actually stuck a live rat in actual breathable fluid and filmed it.
Yeah, Ben Grimm says the Guardians trilogy are the best thing Marvel put out, in my opinion. I will say it's my favorite. No, it's still not my favorite MCU trilogy. I still like Captain America's trilogy a little bit better, but it's very, very close. It's very good. All right. So now we're going to get into those honorable mentions because there's a lot of other movies that shout out that we haven't gotten through. So on these ones, we're just going to run through them pretty quickly. We're going to say all of them as we go around. So let's go. Rich, you ready for these honorables?
Yeah. My first one is Oppenheimer. I mean, this was a great movie, perfectly well made, but still my honorable mention.
I'm surprised that wasn't on anyone's top 5.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not. I thought it was boring. Well, it was a good experience, but it's very long, drawn out movie in my opinion.
It is very long. It's over 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
3 hours and 8 minutes or 3 hours and 28 minutes, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, Rich? Any other?
I just thought we were doing one at a time.
Just rattle them off. Just
John Wick 4,
There you go.
Gran
Nice.
Turismo, and I have my list. You said Iron Claw and Mission Impossible.
There you go. Yeah, I was surprised John Wick Chapter 4 didn't show up on anybody's list.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I like the third one the best. I didn't know what
I
you were
agree.
like.
Yeah.
Third is the best. I would go 3, 4, 1, 2. I think.
I think so.
All right, Ryan, you got some honorables?
And we talked about Guardians of the Galaxy. The only thing I didn't like about this, we found out Adam Warlock's a little bitch. Other than that, Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty good. John Wick 4, get to see Donnie Yen and Haruka Sanada throw down some good stuff in there. Probably my second or my third favorite. I'm more of like a 1, 3, 4, 2 kind of guy, probably. A movie I just watched over the weekend. My kid loved this. I loved it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem.
I'll put that on there.
Kind of basic, but the art design in this and the animation in this is just great. And it was a great throwback. I mean, just a lot of the references in here. I played with the toys in the late 80s, early 90s. This thing was awesome. Barbenheimer, just too big. That's why they didn't make my top 5. Oppenheimer, I learned a ton of stuff because I knew nothing about the dude. And Barbie, I called it last year. I said this movie's going to be stupid silly. It was stupid silly, and that's it. And then I've got 2 more. The Covenant, Guy Ritchie. I love Guy Ritchie. I thought this movie's really well done. The only thing I did not like about it was the animated blood. What's his name? Dar Salim and Jake Gyllenhaal was really, really good in this. And the last thing, a few of us are in this. We got this in 2023. Collection questions from Arthur over at 4K King. So if you have not checked this out, I don't know if this should still be available. I don't remember, but it's basically he asked us all questions and he made a hour-long video on it, and it's pretty good. So collection questions. There we go.
Yeah, I'm glad you shouted out The Covenant. I'm like, yes. Such a
good movie.
Very impressed by it.
All right, dude. Some honorables.
Yeah, so I like the movie The Last Voyage of the Demeter. I know a lot of people did not like it, but I thought it was very interesting. And there's a movie called Sisu, I think it's called.
Sisu.
Sisu. I thought that was a pretty badass movie. That was pretty cool. And then I want to talk about movies that were on my most anticipated movie list that I did not see, and I still need to see. I own them all, and I'm going to watch them. One, so Equalizer 3, Saw X, TMNT, and John Wick 4 and Creed 3. Those are all movies that I was so excited to watch. I was so excited I didn't watch them. but something came up to where I didn't see them in theaters. Like I was either doing this or doing that, but I do own them and I am going to watch them. And I wanted to list those movies off because I have a feeling a lot of those could make my top 5.
Yeah, there were some good ones in there for sure. So I can't wait for you to see those.
Yeah. I've heard nothing but good things about TMNT, I've heard that because I've heard if you're a huge fan of the original Turtles, which I am, you're going to really like this. So that's what really, where I'm just like, oh, wow, really? So I have a friend, you guys know Garrett from Born to Be Rad, who's a big Turtle fan, and he was very skeptical and he loved it too. So I'm going to
they changed a couple of the original things up in it, but there's a ton of references to the original series, the original toys, everything. Mm-hmm. You get a lot of the characters from the original, and it's really, really well done. I was very impressed by it.
That's awesome. I might watch it tonight.
It's not long either. I think it's only hour 38, maybe hour 48. It's not too long.
All right, Nadia.
My honorable mentions would be Scream 6, Megan, Five Nights at Freddy's. I really enjoyed that one.
I want to see that.
That was also a PG-13. They could have maybe make it rated R, but not really. I kind of like the way it was right now. The Blackening, I had a lot of fun with that one. That one was really funny. And one that is definitely not on anyone's list but mine is going to be The Exorcist Believer. I liked it. Enough said.
All right, Jeff.
So we got John Wick 4, obviously. Five Nights at Freddy's. So my 2 oldest kids, they're the age that grew up with those games. As a 90s kid, I actually enjoyed this, but I I don't like any of the Transformers movies, but I enjoyed this one because I grew up with Beast Wars. And then one that nobody talks about, and we don't get movies like this anymore, is No Hard Feelings.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun with this
that was
movie,
good.
and
That's
we
good.
just don't get comedies like this anymore. We just
Exactly.
don't.
That's on my watch list.
And I had a
I
lot.
wanna-
I had a lot of fun with it.
I want to see the other one that just came out too. Anyone But You.
Oh, so good.
I just
I
watched
love Anyone But You.
I just watched
Yeah.
that.
It looks
Yeah,
funny.
freaking good. Yeah.
It's a good romantic comedy.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I liked it.
Yeah.
And No Hard Feelings. If you guys watched my Amazon Dill video out there, people, it's I think it's under $10 right now, $9.99. And even on my Amazon, it said I could apply like a 20% coupon. So they're trying to give it away at this point. So
Yeah.
It'll come out on 4K soon.
Yeah, I just got it for $9 at Best Buy.
Yeah. I don't know. See, the romantic comedies though, I'm like a little bit more easy getting them on Blu-ray because I think they have a less of a chance going to 4Ks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if nobody would have supported it on Blu-ray, it wouldn't have got a 4K anyways, because these movies just don't do good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's go to my honorables here. We'll go with Guy Ritchie's other movie that came out in the same year, Operation Fortune, which I thought was hilarious. It was like an action thriller comedy. Audrey Plaza in there was so good. She's amazing.
It looks good.
Oh yeah, the acting talent was great in that movie. Who else was in it? I'm forgetting his name now, but
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he was good in it too. So I really like that one.
And Jason Statham.
Yeah, that was a fun movie. And then Blackberry. Nobody saw this one but me, probably, but I've been loving these business types of movies lately. Like they had Dumb Money, they had Air. I think Blackberry was the best out of all three, actually, but they're all very, very good. So I could have put any of them there. But yeah, Blackberry, very interesting movie. And actually, it has a lot of references to other movies I was not expecting. Like they're shouting out movies right and left everywhere. So
what's it about? About the creator of BlackBerry?
Phone. Yeah, so it's about BlackBerry. Yeah, creating BlackBerry and then how Apple like destroys them by the end of it. So it's very interesting. So
it's the phone BlackBerry.
yes, the BlackBerry phone. No, not the fruit. I don't know.
I was thinking the fruit.
That's got Jay
not the fruit.
Baruchel.
Oh, there you go.
Is it Jay Baruchel is the lead in that?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'm terrible with actor names. I don't know. But there were good performances, I will say that. Yeah. Let's see. Elemental, Pixar movie. I thought this was a really cool animation movie. You talk good animation. I mean, it's not across the Spider-Verse level, but it's still pretty good. And it was a cute little romantic comedy. So we haven't seen that from Pixar before. So I was happy they took a chance with that one. Another Disney movie, actually surprising, Haunted Mansion. This is one of my favorite Disneyland rides. And I thought the movie captured the ride perfectly. And I really like the acting talent in there. And they used the New Orleans landscape perfectly as well. Let's see. Ryan, you're like, I don't know.
Well, Holland, it's got the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Dennis. I forget what his name is.
Glenn.
Jay Baruchel
Glenn-
was in
Glenn
one of
Wilson?
the three. He was either in Dumb Money or Blackberry or in Air. I don't remember, but I always get his name wrong. But I actually, for once, remember his name, and now I don't remember which one he was in.
But that's a good triple feature right there. Like all three of those movies are really, really good. And they're interesting because you're going to think at first a business movie. This is going to be super boring, right? They were able to make them all very thrilling. So I was happy with it.
The Cheetos movie was pretty good too.
Oh, yeah. That was another
that
good
was
one.
good.
This was like
Yeah.
the year of business movies. So.
I liked it.
And then I'll give my last one, The Color Purple. Once again, I'm a musical fan. I'm actually not a massive fan of the original. Like I just saw the original before seeing the remake, and I thought the remake elevated it with all the musical numbers, the costume designs, production set. It was all excellent. The performances here. So yeah, The Color Purple. I would recommend that one. That one's very good. All right, so there we go. Those are all the honorables. And I guess we'll just go around real quick here. because I know we're coming up on a couple hours. And everybody can just, shout out to the audience, whatever they want. Let them know about your channel, anything you got upcoming, of course. And everybody's channel links are in the description below, people. So definitely go ahead, show them some love. They all make amazing content, which they're going to tell you about right now. But yeah, all those links are in the description, of course. So Rich, something tells me you do a show by the numbers. Am I right?
I do a little show with my partner in crime.
I've never heard of this one before.
My California brother, the 4K Lowdown, aka David. We do a show by the numbers weekly at 8:30, 9 o'clock Central. It just depends on what time we go live. We talk movie, 5 new movies a week, theater, physical, streaming. We review them and we give our thoughts. That's every week on Wednesdays. But this week, Thursday, we have our 2023 Geeks with Faces for Radio Award show. We're teaming up with Geeks and Flicks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Alex and Nate from their channel, and we each nominated 4 movies for a bunch of categories. And this Thursday at 9 Central, we'll be having our award show, and we need everybody to tune in to help vote to see who wins the awards. And that's it. Oh, and you can find us at the Faces for Radio YouTube channel.
All right, and Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan Movies, Ryan. Let's see. What am I doing? I've got a whole backlog of videos I've recorded. They're going to be coming out Wednesday. I've got my top 10 steelbooks of 2023 that I bought. And next month is probably going to be redecorating. This room's going to get redone. I'm moving my collection up here, so we're going to get probably like a whole collection update video, which is going to be forever long. So don't watch it. That's it.
All right, dude.
My name is Cody. I'm from Dude Who Loves Movies. You can find me there on YouTube and Instagram. That's Dude Who Loves Movies. That's one word. I do have a video out right now. So if you want to vote for the new horror YouTuber of the month, I am the winner of January. Now I've nominated 4 great content creators for the month of February. What the horror YouTuber of the month is for channels that are under 1K in subscribers. So it's really great to be nominated or be part of it, just so you can get different eyes that may have not seen your channel to go see it. So I have a video on there, and you can go check out the 4 people I've nominated. You just vote in the comment section who you want to win, and check out whatever else I have there. I got a lot of Chucky content there. So
Pizza Face.
Pizza Face Chucky right here.
Heck yeah.
All right, Nadia.
That just brought me back to when I was horror YouTuber of the month under 1K. That's funny.
A long time ago, probably, right?
It was a while ago, yeah. But yeah, I'm just Nadia from Horror and More. I post a video once a week. I do vlogs, hauls, tier lists, collection updates. I'm working on continuing my conspiracy theory live streams. I just haven't really had time to plan it out. But yeah, I do video game live streams as well sometimes. I haven't done it in a few months, but I'm going to get back into that as well. And yeah, that's about it. I have a video coming this week. I just got back from Arizona, so I'm going to do a vlog, or I did a vlog. So that'll be coming up.
All right, and Jeff.
So some people call me Jeffy. I knew I needed to get that in. Everybody else calls me Tondo Juggalo. That's what I go by on Instagram, YouTube. Sometimes I get on real late in the morning and play Dead by Daylight for a few hours. I'll probably start creating some more content real soon with my son. Chucky's about to come back on, I believe, in April. So we'll be doing some more discussion videos on that. And besides that, I just am lucky enough to pop up on other people's channels. So
yeah, subscribe to Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, subscribe to everybody. Subscribe to everybody.
Little thumbs up.
I know the thumbs up are popping up now.
I honestly was like, who's Mike? That's Jeff.
But yeah, subscribe to everybody, of course. But yeah, for my channel, you guys know me. Usually post a video a day, whether it's a pre-recorded video, a live stream, or even a short out-of-theater reaction. You're always getting something from me. The main thing I want to promote is the Poplar Awards, though. Want to get some votes in. So I'm releasing a couple nominated categories every day. We already have Best Actor, Supporting Actor, Lead Actress, and Supporting Actress up right now. So definitely vote in those. So yeah, that's going to be a really fun award show next month. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Besides, subscribe, of course. Subscribing's nice. Trying to get to 1,700 subs soon. So as you think about subscribing, just think about this.
Help me get one more.
That's all you got to do. Help me get one more. That's it. Simple as that. Of course. But yeah, that's it for me, everybody. Have a great night and hopefully an amazing year, an amazing 2024 filled with awesome movies. So yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Go see me. Go see me.
5, 4, 3.
Truman needs to know what's next.
2.
The first one, the high heel. You have to want to know. Okay? Do it again.
So quiet up and listen down.
We share a certain history.
I still have a lot of work that needs to be done.
I'm coming for it all.
He's not going to stop.
It's all about family.